PWHL Weekly Notebook, March 25, 2025. All eyes on the PWHL Takeover Tour and PWHL playoff picture in final week of March. New York and Toronto, March 25, 2025. A closer look at highlights on and off the ice from around the Professional Women's Hockey League, PWHL, with just 16 games remaining in the schedule. Last stop, St. Louis. The PWHL Takeover Tour will make its ninth and final stop in St. Louis on Saturday, March 29 at Enterprise Center, where the Boston Fleet will take on the Ottawa Charge at 1 p.m. Central Time. Fans have the opportunity to see both teams in action before puck drop, with an open practice and autograph session scheduled on Thursday evening with the Charge and Friday afternoon with the Fleet. The eighth game of the Takeover Tour in Detroit set an attendance record for a professional women's hockey game in the United States with 14,288 fans and boosted total tour attendance to 115,023 through the first 8 games. Click here for more. PWHL playoff picture. Montreal, 10-6-3-6, remains atop the PWHL standings with 45 points and can clinch a playoff berth with a regulation win against fourth-place Minnesota, 7-5-4-9, on Wednesday. The Frost have 35 points and sit behind second-place Toronto, 11-2-5-7, who have 42 points, and third-place Boston, 8-6-4-6, who have 40 points. The Scepters and Fleet go head-to-head on Wednesday and also have weekend matchups that may have playoff clinching scenarios. Ottawa, 9-1-4-10, is in fifth place with 33 points, just 2 points behind the Frost with a game in hand, and New York, 5-4-4-12, has 27 points in sixth. With 5 games remaining, the Sirens have a maximum point potential of 42 and can no longer surpass the Victoire or the Scepters. Click here for full PWHL standings and here for the tie-breaking procedures. Boston best in year-over-year analysis. All 6 teams have now played at least 24 games, which matches the duration of the inaugural season's 72-game schedule. Boston showed the most significant improvement year-over-year with 5 more points, 40 points, 8-6-4-6, up from 35 points, 8-4-3-9, and a goal differential of +18, +11 in 2024-25 versus -7 in 2024, largely attributed to 16 more goals scored offensively. Montreal bettered their point total by 4, 45 points up from 41, both Ottawa, 33 points up from 32, and New York, 27 points up from 26, showed 1-point improvements in the standings, and Minnesota stayed even at 35 points. Toronto is the only team to show regression in terms of points, going from 47 in the inaugural season to 39 in their first 24 games. Attendance up 35% year-over-year. The first 72 games of the 2024-25 PWHL season had a total attendance of 529,844, capped by a sold-out crowd of 8,351 at Toronto's Coca-Cola Coliseum on Wednesday. The per-game average of 7,359 is a 35% increase from the 5,448 per-game average generated from 392,259 fans in 72 games during the inaugural season. New York's season-high crowd of 4,767 at Prudential Center on Saturday, and Montreal's fourth sold-out crowd of 10,172 at Place Bell on Sunday, brings the season's attendance through 74 games to 544,783, an average of 7,362 per game. Second hat trick for Vanisova. Ottawa's Teresa Vanisova made history on Saturday, becoming the first player to record 2 hat tricks in a single season. Her 3 goals propelled the Charge to a 5-2 win over the Sirens and followed her 3-goal performance on February 13 as part of an 8-3 win over the Frost. The Czech forward has scored 2 of the league's 4 hat tricks this season, with Fleet captain Hilary Knight, March 5, and Victoire captain Marie-Philippe Poulin, January 29, tallying the others. Poulin is the only other player with 2 hat tricks in her career after scoring her first last season, January 10, 2024. When Jenner scores, Ottawa wins. Charge captain Brienne Jenner also scored in Saturday's win to continue an impressive streak that has seen Ottawa win all 11 games in team history, including for this season, in which she scored a goal. Her 3 previous goals this season contributed to Charge wins over Minnesota. Poulin had a similar run of 8 straight games this season where her goals contributed to Montreal wins, with the team now having won 9 of the 11 games where their captain has scored. In Boston, the Fleet are a perfect 5-0-0-0 when Sophie Shirley records a point and 7-0-0-0 when Shea Maloney is on the scoresheet with either a goal or an assist. Michigan's Roque scores the Michigan. New York's Abby Roque scored a highlight reel goal on Saturday that made headlines across the hockey world, including NHL.com and ESPN.com, cracked the SportsCenter top 10, and was a must-see moment on TSN. The goal, affectionately known as the Michigan, was the first of its kind in the PWHL and fittingly scored by one of the league's 6 Michigan-born players. The Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, native lifted the puck onto her stick while skating behind the net and placed it into the top corner of the net on a high wraparound. Roque joined NHL Network's NHL Now program on Monday to talk about the goal and more, in a special players-only segment with hosts Mike Rupp and Michael Del Zotto. Click here to watch. PWHL, Skating to Success. Last week, league executives joined a WISE, Women in Sports Plus events, symposium in New York. Amy Shear, Executive VP of Business Operations, Jane Bussman Wise, VP of Growth, Strategy and New Ventures, and Mandy Gutman, VP of Communications and External Affairs, were on a panel hosted by Sarah Spain talking about the league's innovative business model and how the PWHL approaches audience growth through content and community relations. Click here for more. Wisconsin wins national championship. The University of Wisconsin Badgers won the 2025 National Collegiate Championship on Sunday, defeating Ohio State 4-3 in overtime. Junior Kirsten Sims scored both the game-tying goal on a penalty shot with 18.9 seconds left in regulation and the overtime winner. The win is the Badgers' 4th national championship in 6 seasons and a record 8th in program history. 10 current PWHL players were part of previous Wisconsin titles, including Boston's Knight, 2009-11, and Shirley, 2019/21/23, Minnesota's Natalie Buckbinder and Britta Curl-Salem, 2019/21/23, Montreal's Dara Gregg, 2021, New York's Roque, 2019, Ottawa's Emily Clark, 2019, Toronto's Kristen Campbell, 2019, Daryl Watts, 2021, and Jesse Comfer, 2023. Click here for more. Bishop's Gators crowned U Sports champs. The Bishop's Gators won their program's first Golden Path Trophy as U Sports national champions in just their 4th year of existence with a 3-0 victory over the University of Waterloo Warriors on Sunday. Erica Gagnon posted a 27-save shutout and Gabrielle Santerre, the tournament's MVP, scored a goal and 2 assists in the final. Of the PWHL's 7 former U Sports players, 3 won national championships including New York's Emmy Fecteau, Concordia, 2022-24, and Montreal's Catherine Dubois and Alexandra Labelle, Montreal, 2016. Click here for more. Casey O'Brien wins Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award. Wisconsin forward Casey O'Brien was named the winner of the 2025 Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award on Saturday before a capacity crowd at the McNamara Alumni Center on the campus of the University of Minnesota. The award is presented annually by the USA Hockey Foundation to the top player in NCAA Division I women's ice hockey. The 5th-year forward recorded 88 points, 26 G, 62 A, leading the nation with an impressive 2.20 points per game. She is the 6th player from the University of Wisconsin to win the honor, including Montreal's Anne-Renee Desbiens, 2017. Minnesota's Kendall Coyne Schofield and Taylor Heisa, both former Patty Kaz winners, attended the event and signed autographs for fans. Click here for more. Grace Elliott wins Broderick Trophy. UBC Thunderbirds forward Grace Elliott was named Player of the Year in U Sports Women's Hockey and the 2025 recipient of the Broderick Trophy. The announcement was made on Wednesday night at the All-Canadian Awards ceremony in Waterloo, Ontario. The fourth-year forward led the country in goals, 22, and points, 42, and became her program's first player to win a major U Sports award. Previous Broderick Trophy recipients include New York's Jade Downey-Landry, McGill, 2022. Click here for more. League leaders. 5 players have exceeded the 20-point plateau heading down the stretch in the league's scoring race. Knight, 13G, 13A, leads the way with 26 points, followed by Sirens rookie Sarah Fillier, 10G, 15A, with 25 points. Toronto's Hannah Miller, 10G, 13A, and Watts, 8G, 15A, are tied for 4th with 23 points each, and Coyne Schofield, 10G, 11A, rounds out the top 5 with 21 points. Poulin leads the league with 15 goals and became the first player to reach 20 points in back-to-back PWHL seasons. Toronto's Renata Fast, 5G, 15A, leads all defenders in scoring. In goal, Desbiens leads the league in wins, 13, goals against average, 1.85, and save percentage, .932. Click to see PWHL stats. This week's schedule. 5 games are on this week's schedule, beginning tonight with New York at Ottawa at the Arena at TD Place. All 4 other teams are in action on Wednesday night, including Toronto at Boston in the Fleet's second of 2 games hosted at gameonice Arena, and Montreal at Minnesota for the Frost's Women's Empowerment Month Unity game at Xcel Energy Center. The Frost will also host the Scepters on Sunday afternoon for the team's Pride Unity game. On Saturday afternoon, it's the 9th and final stop of the PWHL Takeover Tour featuring the Fleet and Charge at St. Louis Enterprise Center. Tuesday, March 25, 2025. 7 p.m. Eastern Time, New York Sirens at Ottawa Charge, the Arena at TD Place. Prime Video, Canada, MSGSN HD/Z1. Wednesday, March 26, 2025. 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Toronto Scepters at Boston Fleet, gameonice Arena. NESN, TSN1. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Montreal Victoire at Minnesota Frost, Xcel Energy Center. FanDuel Sports Network North, TSN Plus, RDS. Saturday, March 29, 2025. 2 p.m. Eastern Time, PWHL Takeover Tour Ottawa Charge at Boston Fleet, Enterprise Center, St. Louis. NESN, CBC Gem. Sunday, March 30, 2025. 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Toronto Scepters at Minnesota Frost, Xcel Energy Center. FanDuel Sports Network North, TSN 5. All PWHL games will be streamed on the league's YouTube channel and at thepwhl.com, and are available to watch worldwide outside of Canada, and in Czechia and Slovakia where games are available via Nova Sport.